In Ukraine, reports tonight that the first shots have been fired. Both Russia and Ukraine are accusing each other of breaking a ceasefire agreement. There are fears a full invasion could start soon amid reports as many as 150,000 troops are amassed on Ukraine's border.
Joining us live from the Ukrainian capital is CBS News correspondent Holly Williams. Apologies, there is quite a delay on the line, but this is really important. We need to go there now. Holly, we've just heard in that reports that shots have been fired. Is this the beginning of the invasion?
You know, I'd be really careful about that. Let's see what's happening in eastern Ukraine and make a judgment about it in the hours to come. What I would say is here in Kiev, the Ukrainian capital, there are no signs of panic, and there haven't been any signs of panic, and that's what makes it so surreal being here. I mean, people are just going to school, going to their jobs, eating out in restaurants. Why it's like that in the Ukrainian capital and around the country, you know, I think partly it's because the government has consistently urged calm here. They're concerned that panic would be very destabilising. It's secondly that in this country they've been living with Russian aggression for 8 years now. You know, Russia already invaded Ukraine when it seized control of Crimea 8 years ago. They've been fighting that war against Russian separatists, Russian-backed separatists out east. And I think also people here have a lot of kind of pride and determination. They don't want to be seen to be intimidated.
Holly, on Tuesday, Russia pledged a partial withdrawal. Only 2 units have officially departed from Crimea. Has the Kremlin indicated any interest in any kind of diplomatic solution?
So Russia actually, the Russian Ministry of Defence actually put out these videos that purportedly show some of its troops, some of its weaponry pulling back from areas close to Ukraine. That's been treated with a huge dollop of scepticism everywhere from Washington to Kiev. And actually, the US says that they've now added 7,000 extra troops in recent days, putting the number more than 150,000. And those claims by Russia don't seem to have been borne out by satellite imagery. As to diplomacy, I mean, yes, Russia's taking part in diplomacy. It's continuing to have talks. How seriously Moscow is taking that, well, you'd have to ask Moscow. But some people think that they see signals from Moscow that Vladimir Putin is looking for an off-ramp from this crisis because he's fearful of what will happen if he does invade Ukraine. The US has threatened severe sanctions, unprecedented sanctions. And one of those signals that people have paid attention to was a meeting earlier this week between Putin and the Russian foreign minister. It looked very staged. It was televised. And the Russian foreign minister was kind of very publicly urging President Putin to continue down the path of diplomacy.
Holly, thanks so much for speaking to us. Let's hope the calm that is where you are remains. We appreciate your time.